Hi everyone, this is Michelle Lightworker and welcome to our weekly reading from Monday the 20th of July all the way through to this Sunday the 27th of July. And this week I'm going to be using three decks. I'm going to be using the Goddess Guidance Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue, our Chakra Insight Oracle Guidebook by Karen Sangster, and our Crystal Ally cards by Nasha Ashiyan. I hope I got that right, Ashiyan. And I might also refer to the Everyday Lightworker Bible as well, just to see what is jumping out at us as a theme here. I'm going to start with the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards, just to find out what guidance and strengths are coming through from our Ascended Master Goddesses. The energy that they hold is very, very powerful. It helps us with our empowerment and finding our inner strength for men and women. So let's have a look and see what's jumping out. Looks like that one. Fertility. That's really interesting. It's the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Interesting. That's great. That's a fantastic card, isn't it? It's really fertile time, really creative time. You know, the interesting thing about winter is it is really a process around going within ourselves and feeling like we're actually coming into the womb of our creativity. And during that time, we might actually be a bit more inward, or we might actually feel a little bit more introverted and feel like we're actually withdrawing a bit. But during those times, they can be extremely powerful times of co-creation with spirit and really connecting to, on deep levels, to what we need to be doing in our life and preparing to give birth to, which usually takes that cycle of 9 months to from that fertility time and pregnancy to actually give birth to something. So even if you're feeling a little bit withdrawn, that's normal in wintertime. Actually, it's probably preferred in wintertime to actually go within and let yourself have that time and that space to really connect with your higher self, connect with yourself, focus on who you are, focus on what your truth is, and come into more clarity around what you're meant to be doing next. So, whoa, that looks like the next card, doesn't it? Interesting. Money, finances, power, generosity and abundance. That's got sacral chakra on that. That's also affiliated with our base chakra as well. But insofar as when we're thinking creativity and we're thinking projects and we're thinking womb and we're thinking birthing, sacral is very, very connected to base in that way as well. I feel like those lower chakras are really speaking to us. Last week when I did the free weekly reading, it was really interesting around money and finances and speaking our truth and throat chakra and things around it as well. And this week I feel like it's about, we're listening. So if we've been speaking our truth, then we're listening to what we need. We're listening to ourselves. We're going within and we're saying, I value who I am. I'm making this an important part of my discovery, an important part of my journey to actually listen to what I need to do. I'm hearing what I need and I'm saying it to other people, but I'm also listening myself. And in doing so, I'm becoming much more receptive. The ear chakras are very receptive and they help us to fall pregnant. They help us to be receptive to information from spirit that will actually help us give birth to projects as well. So ear chakras and that really does, that one there just really wants to be seen. Evolution, her to right. Yeah. So sometimes we think, this is an interesting concept, but sometimes we think that creativity and projects are for, it's almost like for other people because, I can do this and then that will help other people, that will be, I'll be seen or that'll be shared or whatever. Fine, that's fine. But sometimes what we miss is this important thing, this little piece of the jigsaw puzzle. And that important piece, guess what, is you, and it's your evolution, and it's what you actually need to do, not based on money. okay? Because that kind of wealth is absolutely something you cannot put a price on. It doesn't have a price tag. It is deeper than that. It actually does have a price tag in that if you don't listen, if you don't turn up, if you don't follow through with that next germination seed wanting to sprout, and there's always a new one that comes along in our life to help us to step up in our evolution, does come at a price, and it costs us energy, it costs us time, it costs us loss, and those things happen. It's just like I shared last week around the instant karma. So I'm just going to open it up anyway because I feel like it could be anything. So let's just do it. Okay, I've got faith in the third eye chakra, which is really interesting because it's all about seeing, trusting what we see, and the third eye always looks for the truth. So when I'm talking about this issue and we're calling on the principle of faith and the vibration of faith, what it's doing is it's helping us to actually dive in as we go in through this spiritual time of retraction and inward searching. The principle of faith weaves through and supports us to be able to peel back the veil between what we think is true and what is really true, and to be able to hold that space and hold that energy and cope with that information, because sometimes we don't want to see because we are afraid of what we're going to see, aren't we? So the principle of faith will help us to do that. It will help us during a time of fertility because it will help us to give seed to that which we really know is going to be in our highest evolution, and does not come into conflict with thinking it's about the money. It's just really about valuing it for ourselves and actually saying to ourselves, I value this enough for me over and above money. Because if we actually base our value on money alone, we're missing something big. We do not take it with us when we go. The lessons that we have yet to learn, we take us with us when we go. So this is a very important reading, obviously, because it's calling you forth to step into more of who you are. Not give birth so much, but in this fertile time to give seed to the creative projects that you need to work on, and giving us the faith to actually step into being able to really see with clarity what we need to do next. So I really don't feel like I need to read the whole lot out of that, but I'm just feeling that this is a very powerful reading for everybody at the moment. I know we had a new moon just gone this week, and we're moving into a new time, and you know, the star sign is in Cancer at the moment, and we are working through emotional stuff. Sometimes where we look at these, where the issues are, like when I say peel back the layers of truth, what I'm talking about is that the emotional reality that cascades across our vision is often, it's important to understand, but it's sometimes we get caught up in the emotional stuff. We actually need to ask us for it to help us to peel back our vision so that we can actually see the underlying higher self, the underlying calling, get clarity around the steps to do that, and let go of those attachment to money and outcomes and fixated outcomes to things, and see it as the priceless journey of our evolution right now to act on those creative projects and give seed to them. All right, I hope you have a beautiful week, everyone. I know I will. I look forward to seeing those of you who are joining me for Soul Friday this Friday in Brisbane. We actually are covering a workshop on third eye, actually. I just realised that. Isn't that interesting? We're actually going to be talking about the principles and how we can enlighten our third eye and do a little clearing exercise to help us to elevate our vision. So that's really interesting too. So blessings to everybody. Have a beautiful week.